In Bosnia and Herzegovina, communities worked to move beyond a legacy of war that divided the country along ethnic and religious lines. Through a process of dialogue and reconciliation, people find ways to forgive and build peace.
This process of transformation was such unburdening that I really could continue my life normally afterwards.
We are never perfect. Nobody is without prejudices. But if we are aware of it, then we can dismantle it.
In 1992, amidst rising tensions, Vahidin Omanovic fled with his mother and sister from their home village of Hrustovo to a refugee camp in Slovenia.
When the war started, I was only 16. The experience I went through was horrible.
Ermina Bošković and her husband Ferid were expecting their first child in 1992 when escalating violence forced them to flee from their home.
We didn't take our passports or my gold jewelry. We weren't expecting the war.
In 1997, Ermina and her family were among the first refugees to return to their city.
If there was an empty house during the war, people just moved in. We knew ahead of time that someone was living in our house, but we thought they would have left before we arrived. We were angry with each other, but at the same time, I felt sorry for this family. They needed a roof over their heads, but I couldn't give them my home.
This is a cemetery of people who were killed in May and June of 1992 in Hrustovo. Those whose bodies were found and identified, they are buried, and we are still looking for about 100 people who are still missing.
My husband was the first Roma, an ethnic group also known as Gypsies, to return to Sanski Most. Our neighbors wanted to make it as difficult as possible for us to return, because they said if one Roma returned, they would all return. Even before the war, there was lack of tolerance between Roma and others.
The girl who is buried in this place, her name is Elvira, and she was only 17 when she was killed. And she was my best friend and also my cousin, and I never thought I would be coming to pray for her in a cemetery like this. I was imagining going to her wedding or going to visit her when she has her children. I was lucky enough to meet an American psychologist who helped me go through a process of transforming my negative feelings I had towards the Serbs, and not only towards the soldiers who were involved in killing in my hometown, but also towards every Serb on the earth.
In 2004, Vahidin founded the Center for Peacebuilding, which is supported by MCC. One of the activities undertaken by this center is week-long peace camp workshops, where Bosniaks, Bosnian Muslims, Catholic Croats, and Orthodox Serbs speak candidly with each other about the pain of the past and their hopes for the future.
When a woman, an Orthodox Serb, got up to speak at a peace camp, I said to myself, what is she doing here? What does she want?
We are used using our religions in order to get closer together, since all the Christianity and Islam teaches us to love each other, to be peace builders and not warriors.
She kept on asking, who took away my husband and my sons? I felt pressure in my chest. What is my right to judge someone just because they are Serb or Orthodox? In this situation, she is a mother and I'm a mother too. What right do I have to judge her?
In the last 4 years we have trained in different educational programs, about 56 trainers. From their feedbacks that we got was that their life changed in a sense that they don't see people from different ethnic groups as their enemies, rather just people who are different than they are.
I began to see Serbian people as people. I told them that they don't fit my picture of Serbs, and we laughed together.
Most of the feedbacks, they say that they went through a transformation from hate and anger to love and compassion.
A month after participating in the one-week peace camp, Ermina started volunteering at the Center for Peacebuilding. 1 hour a week, she teaches school children about how to communicate with each other in an open, trusting, and receptive way.
I think what we can do is that we can spread the idea of dialogue and establish a culture of dialogue in Bosnia so that people can really sit and talk and share all their fears and all their experiences they had before the war and during the war, and experience that they are having now, so that they can start living together again. For me, it's important that my child and other children of Bosnia don't have to carry this burden on their shoulders.
We need a whole army of peace builders.